What's up guys, the people at Nexigo reached out to me and asked me to review their N660p 1080p webcam with autofocus. I've done a little bit of testing with this webcam and overall I'm very happy with its performance. I think it's a good viable alternative to the mid-range Logitech webcams that are on the market right now. I am not at all affiliated with Nexigo, nor am I being paid for this review. What you're going to get from this review is my honest and fair opinion on this product, good or bad. To get started, first I'm going to unbox this thing, but you're actually looking at this video out of order. I've unboxed it already and you're looking at footage from the camera right now. Alright guys, we're taking a look at the Nexigo N660p webcam. Supposedly this webcam can do 1080p at 60 frames per second. So we're going to tear into it now and unbox this thing. Before I unbox it, on the back we've got a spec sheet here. I'm going to throw this up on the screen for about 5 seconds. So if you want to read that, pause the video right now. Okay, so the packaging is fairly basic. We've got our user manual here, a promotional card, and the webcam itself. Webcam is pretty solidly built. It's a pretty tough plastic. We do have a privacy cover, and this is a pretty standard design on just about most webcams these days. It's got a 1/4-20 mounting screw on the bottom and just a standard built-in USB cable. So with that, we're going to throw this on the computer and see how things look. So the more good natural lighting that you have for this webcam, the better the picture is going to look. And I think I've got it under a best case scenario here for the most part. I've got a window open over here and a lot of natural sunlight coming in. So this is going to be about the crispest picture that you're going to get out of this webcam unless you're just in like full-blown daylight. I think the picture quality of this webcam is overall really good for a webcam. We've got some minimal chatter and minimal noise going on, but that's to be expected of any webcam with as small as the sensors are in these cameras. This is the webcam that I reviewed a few months back, and I really like this webcam. This is the Easer webcam, and this thing was a good buy at the time when it was only 20 bucks, but if you're wanting to up the quality to something a little bit better for a bit more money, this is obviously a pretty good choice. But I'm going to throw up some footage from this camera next to this one so you can see them side by side. So here's an autofocus test right now under these lighting conditions. The horizontal field of view is 90 degrees, and that's where you get a picture that is about this wide. I'm going to step back so you can get an idea of exactly how wide this is. 90 degrees is perfect for what I do. A lot of people like a wider angle than that. As you can see, there's like no fisheye going on here, so that's a good thing. Personally, I'm not a fan of super wide angles for this small room of mine, but I think this camera, for what I'm doing in here, is a pretty adequate field of view. This webcam excels with good lighting and when you take it out of automatic mode and control everything manually. For example, your focus, exposure level, which I set generally at -5 for a good well-lit room. However, when you drop to -4 or higher in manual exposure mode, for some reason the video starts to hop. Luckily, I've found that -5 is that sweet spot for my lighting in this room. And this camera has absolutely terrible white balance. It's best to uncheck auto white balance and set the white balance yourself. And with manual focus, you can see that this webcam actually does have a pretty amazing depth of field for a webcam. Setting the webcam up in OBS is extremely easy. It's instantly detected as a video input device, and it's listed as Nexigo N660p FHD webcam in the device list. And I very easily set it up at 1080p, 60 frames per second. The webcam was also very easily recognized as an audio and video device in both Skype and Zoom. So it should work for most, if not all, applications that recognize USB webcams. In Linux, the camera required more tinkering to get set up, and I don't think its performance was quite as good as it was in Windows, but it's still not bad. And it does work in OBS. Nexigo claims that this webcam will record at 60 frames per second, so I've taken the video that I recorded for my autofocus test, and I've brought that into Premiere at a 60 frame rate project, and I'm going to look at this frame by frame to see if anything gets dropped or skipped. And it looks pretty good to me. As far as I can tell, it looks like there were a few dropped frames, but I'm going to dismiss that as possible encoding errors in OBS. And this is a test of the built-in microphones on the Nexigo webcam. I think for the most part these things sound pretty good as far as webcams go. I've heard much worse on many webcams, and I think that this is actually passable, usable mic for a conference type setup. And to give you an idea, I'm about arm's length away from the webcam right now. So that's my review of the Nexigo N660p webcam. I think overall this is a great viable alternative to the mid-range Logitech webcams that are on the market. And it's about 20 bucks cheaper, so you can't go wrong there. I think it's a great value for the money and a good step up from the cheaper webcams that are on the market right now if you really want to get that better looking video quality in your production or your video calls or whatever you're using your webcam for. With all of that being said, I'm going to wrap this video up with a shout out to my channel supporters. If you would like to support this channel either on Patreon or Ko-Fi, there will be links in the description below. Donations are appreciated, but never expected. The best way you can support this channel is to like, comment, share, and subscribe. That's it for now, and I'll see you next time.